If you're over 40, your mornings are shaping your brain more than you think. And unfortunately, most people start their day with habits that quietly damage memory, focus, and long-term cognitive health. And the worst part, these habits feel normal. They feel harmless, but slowly, they drain your clarity, your energy, and your ability to think sharply. Today, I'm going to break down 5 morning habits that silently age your brain and what you can do instead to reverse the damage. And if you stay with me till the end, I'll show you the exact system I use with my own patients to rebuild their focus and cognitive performance in 30 days. Let's begin. You pick up your phone before you even sit up. Most people don't realize this, but the first 20 minutes after waking set the chemical tone of your entire day. When you grab your phone immediately, emails, messages, notifications, news alerts, your brain gets hit with a dopamine spike before it's even fully awake. This does 2 things. First, it rewires your brain for reactivity, not clarity. You start the day reacting to the world instead of setting your own pace. Second, it disrupts your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for decision-making and deep focus. This is why many people feel mentally scattered just an hour after waking. Here's the truth. If you're over 40, your brain simply can't afford this kind of chaotic start. Dopamine sensitivity declines with age. That means you need controlled stimulation, not instant overload. What to do instead? Give your brain 30 to 60 minutes with no phone, no notifications. When you do this, you'll notice something shocking. Your mind feels quieter and sharper. Most people reach for coffee first thing. It's normal, it's comforting, and it's quietly destroying your morning brain function. When you drink caffeine before you hydrate, your body is already in a dehydrated state from sleep. Caffeine pulls even more water out of your system. Your brain is 75% water. Even a 1% drop in hydration leads to slower recall, poor focus, irritability, fatigue, and increased brain fog. And many people believe they're tired because of age. But the reality? They're simply dehydrated. What to do instead? Drink 500 milliliters of water with a pinch of salt before your first cup of coffee. This stabilizes your electrolytes, wakes the brain gently, and prevents the mid-morning crash. You skip morning light exposure. If you wake up and go straight indoors, kitchen, bathroom, office, without seeing natural light, your circadian rhythm doesn't activate properly. This rhythm is your brain's internal clock. Without morning sunlight, cortisol stays too low, melatonin stays too high. Your energy remains unstable, and your sleep quality weakens at night. For people over 40, circadian disruption accelerates cognitive aging. It affects memory, emotional balance, and overall mental performance. What to do instead? Get 10 minutes of sunlight before screens. Sit outside, stand near a bright window. Let the retina signal the brain that it's time to wake up. This one habit alone improves focus, mood, sleep, and long-term brain health, more than most supplements ever will. You start your day with high-carb breakfasts, toast, bagels, cereal, muffins. They taste good, they're comforting, but they trigger a glucose spike that destroys your morning concentration. Here's the cycle. You spike, you crash, you crave, you lose focus. This roller coaster drains your memory and weakens your brain's energy supply. If you're over 40, insulin sensitivity also drops, which means your brain feels these crashes even harder. What to do instead? Switch to a protein plus healthy fat breakfast. Eggs, Greek yogurt, avocado, nuts, smoked salmon. This stabilizes blood sugar for 6 to 8 hours, fueling clear thinking and steady focus. You don't give your brain silence anymore. This one is the most silent killer of all people. Wake up and immediately flood their brain with noise, music, news, podcasts, conversations, notifications, screens. Your brain never gets a moment to breathe. But the truth is simple. Silence is medicine, especially after 40. Your brain needs a quiet window to process your thoughts, regulate cortisol, and stabilize attention. When my patients begin their day in silence, even for 10 minutes, their focus increases dramatically. Their anxiety drops. Their thinking becomes structured instead of chaotic. What to do instead? Give yourself 10 minutes of quiet every morning. Now, I want you to pay attention to something important. Every habit I just explained, the phone, the caffeine, the lack of light, the sugar, the noise, these aren't random mistakes. They're signals that your brain is overwhelmed and in decline. And if you're over 40, these habits accumulate faster. They rob you of clarity, creativity, memory, and long-term cognitive strength. The good news is, your brain is not aging the way you think. It's simply adapting to the wrong inputs. When I work with patients who struggle with brain fog, low energy, or declining focus, the very first step I give them is a structured 30-day reset, something that rebuilds their brain chemistry and daily rhythm from the ground up. It's the exact system I've laid out in the Neuro Reset Blueprint. Inside it, you'll get a day-by-day protocol, the 3-phase reset system, tools, trackers, and routines, nutrition guides, cognitive exercises, and the exact steps my clients use to regain focus in 30 days. If you've been feeling mentally slower, more forgetful, more overwhelmed, this isn't just aging. It's your brain asking for a reset. You can download the full blueprint using the link in the description. Start the reset. Give your mind the structure it deserves and rebuild the clarity you thought you had lost. Because the truth is simple, you are not getting older. Your brain is getting overloaded. Let's fix that.